day that they see me, they like, what's up, dude? I tell them not much, but we know it's not true. Got a to-do list that every day I gotta run through. I don't wanna small talk about it, let the work talk for me. I don't tell nobody about my secrets. Keep it to myself, cause nowadays they wanna leak it. I don't even share it.
All right, On the Screws podcast, presented by Stroke Play Golf Apparel, www.strokeplaygolfapparel.com, at Stroke Play Official over on Instagram, at Stroke Play Official. Great stuff. John, I know you guys do a little bit work with them for the tour, and they've got some pretty cool gear, so go over and check it out, strokeplaygolfapparel.com. We're here this week with John Hunter from the Amateur Players Tour. You're not with the Toronto group, you're with the Niagara. All right, yeah. Okay, right on. So a couple chapters up here now. So when Andrew was on in the past, Andrew Trotsky, friend of the podcast, he's been on with the Toronto chapter before. He was kind of the only one that was kind of getting it started up, and then you guys had kind of started, and obviously we fell into the the COVID lull over the last couple of years. I don't know how to explain it, but maybe John, you can tell us a little bit about yourself, and then we can hop in and talk about the tour a little bit, maybe about membership schedules, that kind of stuff, some of the courses you guys are going to play, and use this as a feature. Let's talk about the tour. Looking forward to it.
Yeah, so basically, I'm from Scotland, obviously, golf crazy. Been in Canada now for 20 years, but still operate businesses over in Scotland. So we sell golf tours. Our brand's called Rockstar. So it's kind of like golf tip of Scotland with a kind of cool twist in it. Could be kind of helicopter, say from the west coast of Scotland over the sea to Portrush, Open Championship course, kind of back. So kind of cool twists with a lot of immersive kind of things as well. The other one we found last week was Kingarrick. It's a course that they re-established in Scotland 150 years after it had originally been set up. So we went there. It's like a 9-hole course. They found the plans. It was a stately manor, and they recreated the course as it was 150 years ago. So they have like 1,200 hickory golf clubs. And what's so neat is you're actually going back to play golf the way old Tom Morris and our forefathers played it. So the fairways are a bit longer. They had some black Hebridean sheep roaming about the golf course, and it's like beautifully defined. But the greens are a little bit longer, a little bit bumpier. The clubs are different. There's no dents or grooves on the clubs. They're kind of hand hammered these days and forged. And then the ball replicates the original feather ball of way back. So just such a cool thing. So Rockstar, we stick these kind of things in to your golf tour, whether it be a high end tour, a low end tour. Make it cool with a twist. So basically for a while we'd been stocking Andrew's tour for Toronto, because they were trying to get kicked off, and then came the COVID, and then this year I kind of reached out to him to find out when's the tour schedule coming out, and we had a chat and thought we really well connected here, we're kind of on the same page. And he said, look, basically he has the whole of Canada rights as such, and I think he realised that Canada is a huge country and Ontario is huge, and the whole UK goes into Ontario 8 times. So he said, look, we're going to set up another chapter if you'd be interested, basically for kind of Niagara, running kind of under the 401 just all the way to London. And there's so much great golf in that. So as somebody who's organised golf for a long time here, it was just such a great fit for what I do. I can arrange golf trips for groups here already in Canada and obviously Scotland and stuff, but I've got a big weekly golf group, and it's just the coolest thing, so the tour, basically what I loved about the tour is that there's lots of tours, but this particular tour is the biggest growing tour in North America. There's 45 chapters, which are basically areas, and basically when you join one, so if you join Niagara today, guys, when the early bird and stuff is on as a discount or whatever, first of all, you get a nice swag bag of different, items, golf, divot tools, bag tags with the member stuff on it, and there's like a voucher in there for $25 as well, for different things. But basically, you can play in any chapter in Canada or the US. So the cool bit is this: that in the US kind of thing, they've got access to courses like Bandon Dunes, Chambers Bay, and so you play, you can qualify to go over there, or you can just go if you're on holiday in Florida and play in a Florida event. Now, there's also a lot of money involved. You know, that what they do is that there's not really a lot of profit for us running the events. Basically, we're doing them for golfers to get the amateurs out, to get them playing and stuff.
Right.
But what happens is that when you pay your entrance fee, there's like about $25 minimum goes straight into the cash fund as such, which is kind of, so if you've got 40 guys, that's what we run with this year, that'd be like $1,000 would be up for grabs. And there may only be, normally there's like 5 total handicap divisions, but some areas only have 4. So like in my group in particular, my guys who play over here, most of us are between 13.5 and 18.5, and that's one of the bands. So if 20 of us showed up, we'd actually be paying within our little own group for $500 by way of prepaid Visa cards, you know? So it's kind of like a big deal. You get that, you get the trophy, you get to play a nice course, and you're paying basically pretty much what you would pay with a cart or with $20 chucked in and like a 10-minute admin thing. So really you're getting a great competition there with the flags as you drive up, like the, you know, John Hunter from Waterdown's on the tee. Just a really cool thing. But you get to do all this other cool stuff as well, you know?
Yeah, I like that. I like the idea of like kind of driving up, making it like a, you know, a tournament feel and stuff. When Andrew and I talking about it a little bit last year, it was pretty neat, you know, and the idea of we were talking, they were playing the Tour Championship, I think at Pinehurst. Yeah, which is pretty that's pretty amazing. You don't really get that many opportunities to get down and play some of those courses. So if you can kind of get in, and like you say, it's got the dual membership down in the States too, why not take full advantage and enjoy it, right?
Yeah, it's fantastic. And we've kind of reached out to a number of golf courses here. We've been really lucky. You know, we managed to get St. Thomas to come on board, and people that, you know, may not know the significance of that course, but St. Thomas is like a championship course. It's one of the top courses in Canada. It's like just outside the top 10 in Ontario as well. But some of the greats, like when you play a course like that, you're following in the footsteps of the greats. Mo Norman won there early. Yeah. Mike Weir won a championship there early. And it's a stunning course, basically. It's a private course. Of course, graciously, they've let us come along there. So we're going to be playing there on the 11th of August. We've got a really fair rate as well, probably less than their members even pay for their guests. But like, you know, that's what's fantastic is that, you know, there's a lot of great courses on there. We're starting the tour at King's Forest. King's Forest is, you know, recognized by Score Golf as the #1 best public course in Canada. And, you know, it's like, again, it's top 100 golf course. You know, great price point to play it. And there's a magnificent hole in there, the 11th hole, basically, where the actual elevation change from that hole, from the tee to the fairways, is actually like 100 feet. The ball's in the air forever. Now there's trees right, there's trees left, there's a forced carry with water in it, a whole lot of stuff going on. So we've got a lot of really cool courses like that, you know, that we've put on the schedule for the first year. And as we're around longer, we're just going to continue to improve that, you know. But like we're running an early bird right now. If you sign up before the end of March, you're going to get $20 off the course. So really, you're going to get the event at the price you would pay if you drove up there yourself and took a cart. Like we've got carts included at all our courses. Obviously, the prizes included and stuff. So just a cool thing to do, you know.
Yeah, it was just kind of a couple times. So we've had Score Golf on the past, within the last few months actually, and we had Drew Harvey from Beyond the Contour lately. So they're both like they both have top 100 rankings and stuff like that. So I was just kind of checking it out, just seeing if I could quickly grab the notes here and have a look at to see if King's Forest, kind of where it landed on there and kind of what notes they had. It might take me a bit of time, but can you talk to the membership a little bit, John? So you kind of mentioned if you kind of get signed up, you know, you have a little swag bag and stuff. What's the cost for players to join?
Okay, so to join is 125 Canadian, and then for that you get basically your swag bag. You get basically a bit more value back than you're paying, basically.
Right.
And that gets you in. You know, you get there's like a number of items in the bag. They're putting together now. So last night they were telling us some of the things. Like one of the things is an amateur players tour like shield, the exact kind of logo, and it's got member stuff on the back, a bag tag. They're talking about vouchers, some, you know, some the guys basically go to the PGA show and then hunt for all these really cool little gizmos and stuff, and
yeah,
and that's what's going to be in the swag bag. But the big thing about that is that basically that allows us to, you know, run the kind of regional office that kind of pulls all the stuff together, does the corporate things, arranges these big events for us on our behalf, kind of thing. So So basically, to join up, yeah, basically at the moment, if you're on Instagram, if you go to amateur players tour, amateur with the E before the U, which is kind of different in some places. Niagara, basically, you'll see our schedule on there. Our first event is the 18th of May. It goes on right through to the end of September, and then basically we have the Canadian Championship at Tangle Creek. I think that's the middle of October. You'll see it's all on there. So yeah, once you sign up, you can then, you just go on to Blue Golf, which has the schedule right on Instagram. And basically, you can just build up the courses that are available to you. You see all the different. There's a lot of information on the Blue Golf about the course, about the holes, about the times. So like it's looking pretty good. And the other cool thing that we've done is we have arranged to have a two-man championship. So before I got involved in this, I'd been saying to my friends, we've arranged Ryder Cups. We've done individual events, the stable parts. We've never done a kind of buddies trip. So I've got one of my buddies who is an English guy, Scotland, England, and all that stuff. So basically, I'd always visualize, what we're going to do is we'll do a two-man event where you pick your buddy, and then basically, you stay in Niagara, you're going to stay in a falls view room with the falls. You're going to have matching two-man polo shirts. Then you play a two-day event basically over the weekend. And we've got Grand Niagara, which is one of the top, I think it's top 30 now in Ontario, lined up for day one, and Penn Lakes for day two, two fantastic courses basically. And then we're going to have a kind of we're going to build in, the accommodation. It's that's been done separately as such over the actual entrance fees, but basically you got the choice to stay in a hotel, get the jerseys, have like a team kind of dinner kind of at night and stuff, and just kind of connect with people rather than just play golf and go home. Like, let's spend the weekend, let's talk, let's have some fun. So that has now become the Canadian Championship. The guys at head office, Andrew said, let's like elevate this. So we're expecting some guys to maybe come up from the States, and the winners of that event now are going to get to go to Bandon Dunes and represent Canada if you win it, kind of thing. So again, a really cool 2-day. That's a weekend event. Our other events are normally Tuesday, Wednesday. Well, there's some Wednesdays, but some courses do have their members' day that day. But kind of Tuesday or Thursdays are the main day for the Niagara chapter, and then the Toronto guys are kind of running weekends. So if you're looking for something for the weekend, Andrew's guys are kind of doing cobble and different great courses as well, but on the kind of Saturdays. So lots of fun stuff going on. We're looking to build this thing, get a really good group of guys together, and then like a bit of lifestyle. Let's do a bit of travel. Let's go down and play an event in the States maybe at some point or whatever, or do a Ryder Cup. With Andrew was talking about maybe Niagara and Toronto. Could do because the East-West thing.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
Let's do like a Toronto, Hamilton, Niagara kind of the Ryder Cup thing with some other guys in the event. So lots of fun stuff going on, prize money, opportunity to travel. It's a cool thing to get involved in.
And being able to play Bandon, I think there's like over a year wait list to get in to play Bandon, so that's pretty cool. We've had a handful of pros on in the past. So if any of you guys are listening right now and you want to pair up, we'll change your name or something. We'll sandbag and try and get down to Bandon. And you mentioned the Instagram handle there, so amateurplayerstour.niagara. So I'll link it down below for you, John. So anybody who's kind of listening, chatting with us listening to us chat here, if you want to go out and check out more of the information, the schedule, stuff like that, it'll just be down below. Feel free to scroll down. That's on YouTube and over on if you're on Spotify, Apple, whatever it may be. Now, you mentioned a couple of the courses, so you get it started up in May. You said it starts up.
Yeah, 18 May we start off in the
at King's Forest there. Forest. Yep. Okay.
Really cool course. You got the ravine going through there. You got the river running through it and stuff.
Yeah.
And then basically, we're off to Lionhead. Lionhead's the big boys course, one of the toughest courses in Canada.
Yep.
Stroke index. I've seen the guys. Like that first hole when you look down, and you got that first car. You got the river right in front of right in front of the green. It's a really tough start, but it's a big boys course. It's a shotmaker's course. So we're on there, and then basically we're going over to Trafalgar, which is another course. It's a private course. Used to be difficult to get on. Again, we reached out to these guys, and they've said, "Yeah, come along." So that one is the 14th of June.
Okay.
And then 7th July, we're going over to Royal Ontario. And the Royal Ontario, I've been here for 20 years, and we played it a couple of times in the early years, but I actually played it twice last year. and it was absolutely sensational. What a course, what a piece of land. And I think really that, you know, it's always been a more expensive course. And maybe when during the COVID time, there was a lot of money in golf courses, and you know, some people were kind of criticizing bits and pieces. But like I was on looking at the reviews recently for that course, and really, like off the charts. It's really there's two great holes in that course, the 9th hole and the 18th hole. The 18th in particular, I don't know if people remember it, but basically you're teeing off. You got kind of water on the left. It's the initial drive is quite open, but after that, that second shot is so difficult even to keep it in play, basically, because it runs off to the left of the lake, it runs off right to the trees, and like the next shot is uphill over a forced carry, elevated green, protected by bunkers. And I've been with guys there, you know, over these years who have blown up at that hole, that one hole, but it's a really, really cool finishing hole, you know. So it's going to be great to get back there. Like I've got a lot of pictures that I took. I've been using some of them on the Instagram,
right.
And they'll see like what a beautiful course that is. Like it really, you know, to me, I think the course I've had more money now to actually, you know, make sure the maintenance and stuff is done the way it is. Because I only like put courses on that as a golfer I want to play. If I go somewhere it's not conditioned properly, no whatever, that will not be in our schedule. I just don't roll that way. Like, you know, I've been there myself, played it myself twice in a couple of months, and I'm like, wow, this is a joy. So
yeah,
and it's really got a cool patio as well that sits right up, looking down on the 9th and 18th greens and stuff. So I was kind of visualizing our group having a beer after the round and whatever. So that's in there. And then basically, I think that takes us to the Niagara Tournament that we spoke about.
Yeah, that's the 2-man. Yeah, that's the 2-man event.
Yeah, so Niagara's 23 and 24 July.
Okay, yeah.
So the plan would be basically that, you know, people enter from Rockstar Golf. They'll get sent. We're a approved travel provider. You have to be registered to travel and accommodation in Canada. So we're approved. So we basically will email the guys an option if they want to stay over, the accommodation and like, you know, accommodation, golf, probably some meals packaged and stuff in there as well, kind of thing, for that event. And then basically we're off to Craiggowan, and again that's a really nice course as well, kind of out in the kind of London area. I think it's Woodstock.
Yeah,
Oxford.
I haven't played that one. I've obviously, like, you hear about them, like you know, people are always chatting about them, but like there's so many, and that's one of the things that I really appreciate about the tour. Like, since I was kind of checking it out, and obviously, you know, checking you guys out on Instagram and whatnot as well. Like both the Ontario chapters here, is the access to the courses that otherwise that you might not get, right? And also like the tournament vibe too is just really, really cool, right? You don't get to experience that. Like, you know, I call myself a retired golfer, but I do the podcast here or whatever. So we're just out having a good time now, right? So every once in a while, being able to play in some of these tournaments at some of these nicer events or nicer, you know, hosting sites as well, it's just really cool. It's a cool experience too, right? So
definitely. It's
the turnout's been okay so far, John. Like, you know, like has the turnout been all right, or?
Yeah, it did. Yeah, we only got it took us a while to get. I mean, we've had the schedule planned forever, but
right,
because a lot of the golf courses are closed, you can't really launch it till you've got that contract, right? Because, you know, if something goes wrong and all the date's wrong or whatever, people are paying money when they're booking, they're paying a deposit and stuff. So,
yeah.
But basically, we've only really been launched about not even 2 weeks yet, the actual schedule. But we've got most of the courses have people like booked on, so it's looking good.
That's great. Yeah. What I'll do is I'll grab a link from you too, John, before I post this up. So we're just chatting here the first day of the WGC match play. So I'll have to go over and watch some golf tonight, but see how bad my bracket's looking already. But I'll grab a link from you for your schedule as well. Do you have it posted up on Blue Golf there?
Yeah, like the schedule is actually, if you on Instagram, if you just click the profile, if you click on the profile, the link in there is the kind of Join Canada link.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah. Right to the Niagara page, and then from there you can just select. That's actually Blue Golf. So from there you can just select, you know, Niagara, and all the tournaments will come up. And from there, you know, you just once you've joined, basically, you just select the ones you want. And
awesome.
I think the cool thing is that, you know, like I booked golf for 20 years in Canada. We were getting access to a whole of the private courses, different things for years on end. And now this booms came along that the last year, it was kind of getting to the point it's hard to get a 4-ball on any course, like without more like 2 or 3 weeks access. So what's kind of neat is if the guys, you know, like our Wednesday golfers or whatever, they can look at the schedule and they can guarantee come along, playing in our tournament. It's going to happen. It's going to be a quality course. We're going to have a whole lot of fun meeting new people as well. So that's what's kind of good about it. That it's set well in advance. You can kind of plan around it. And a lot of people who last year in my group, there's some guys who kind of struggled to book some of the golf. Some of these guys have booked a lot of dates already.
Yeah.
Because now they're able to plan around it because of months in advance. So it's all looking good, quite exciting times.
Well, and it's cool too because you guys have, like the presenting sponsor for this episode, Stroke Play Golf Apparel. I know that Andrew said they're doing like closest to the hole and stuff like that. So there's a lot of cool like extra little prizing and stuff that you can win at some of the events and stuff too. So appreciate the work you guys are doing on it, John. It's such a good experience for us as like amateur golfers to be able to get out and play. I'm lucky. I got some friends who are pros, and I get to carry the bag and stuff like that, so I get to see the pro experience. But I do not get to play it anymore or at all. But really appreciate you coming on. We'll definitely have to get you guys back on, get an update maybe through the season, how things are going, John, and how some of the events are unfolding. And I got to check out that 2-man one and find a way down to.
Yeah, love to have you, man. That'd be great to have you there.
Yeah, I'll definitely be out to some, and I'll I'm out a little bit east, but I know I'm trying to connect with Andrew, get out to a couple, and I'll get out and see you guys as well. It'd be great to meet you. Just before I let you go, can we share the socials again and the website that people can go on and have a look and maybe register?
Yeah, so basically, if you're on Instagram, amateurplayerstour.niagara, that's going to get you basically right on the Instagram page. Once you're on there, you'll see, there's information on most of the individual courses and dates already in the postings. But if you click on profile, you'll see the link is right there, basically. If you hit that link, that's going to take you right to Blue Golf. Blue Golf basically is the software that not only collects the money and the tournament runs through, but basically live scoring and all that kind of stuff.
Right.
Once you join, basically you get access to go look at all your scores, look at all the courses, see what's going on elsewhere. It's a really neat, piece of software that runs all these major tournaments.
I've used it before, just like looking up resources for like course mapping and stuff like that. Blue Golf is a really good resource.
Well, it's really cool. It's got, you go in there, it's got every hole and every course is like, you can look at the hole, the distance, the scorecards there, there's images of the course. It's really pretty impressive how to get there. Like, it's all linked up. So
that's great.
Part of the fee goes towards, you basically have access to that for the whole year, basically. You can go on there, look at all your scores, look at because you're going to earn points as well. If you win these tournaments, you're going to earn points towards the local championship as well. So you become a local champion, or you can, if you don't, you still have the access to play in anywhere in these 45 chapters. So if you go to Bandon, you can go to Bandon. It's just such a cool thing.
Yeah, that is so cool. Well, John, thank you so much. Really appreciate what you guys are doing to get us some access to these courses. It's awesome. So if you're, you guys are still with us, definitely go over, check it out. Links below if you're over on Spotify, Apple, listen in the car. When you stop, go down, links below, click it, go over and check it out. Or if you're listening on YouTube, same thing, just below us here. Go give it a click link. And if you have any questions, send them a DM, send John a DM, or Andrew's over in the Toronto one if you're over in that location. Really looking forward to the season, John. Thanks so much.
Yeah, thanks, Mark. That's great having some, really much appreciated. And thanks for all you do for amateur golf.
I don't tell nobody about my secrets. Keep it to myself, cause nowadays they wanna leak it. I don't even share it with my family as of recent. Not cause I don't trust them, I would rather let them see it for themselves.